Alright, what is up everybody? It's the Inhuman one here with part 5B of the Codex Lost walkthrough. This is essentially 100% walkthrough, but unfortunately the previous episode, we had a power surge and everything just went out. It was really odd. And so I had to kind of scramble around. We just kind of waited, it rebooted, it's good to go. So anyways, hopefully that didn't happen again. So we were in the middle of the desert, but it just kind of kicked me out because the PlayStation, everything turned off because the power surge. So let's just see. Yeah, we just need to kill all these enemies again, and it gave me at least topped me off with these full heals, so that's good. So we're gonna make it back through this area again. Take out the chariot dude and the golem, unfortunately. There you go. We'll use these pillars to protect ourselves. Okay, maybe not. Lovely. This guy's a jerk. My gosh. Okay. He just... Okay, he just came right back. There you go. This guy's such a freaking jerk. If you have dark magic, it works really well against them. Or ice. Ice works pretty good too. But anyways, he's dead now. I feel better. Just make sure everything's still running smooth. Yeah, okay. Alright, so now we can continue on this way. Remember, we have the bait location up here, as well as the worm enemies, like the sandworms. Those guys are really susceptible to lightning, believe it or not. So we're going to grab this. Yeah, I didn't save that. It's my bad. Weird. We're going to use rocks from afar just because I don't want to get in close. He's back down in his little hole. Very good. And... okay, he's dead. Matthias says, yes, we're back. We thought it was our Wi-Fi, at least at first. Like I said before, technology is sometimes a beautiful thing when it works. And more so when it works the way you want it to. Indeed. Yeah, we had a power surge. And I didn't know what the heck was going on. And my wife she's working actually, and she's like, is your internet down? I'm like, yeah, just everything shut off. So, very weird. But it looks like because the PlayStation just turned off, it didn't save this last little sequence, but fortunately it saved everything up to that point, so we're good to go. So we just need to kill the chariot enemy. Once he comes around here, we'll aggro him, and then we'll hopefully take on... we'll get the meteor head if we're lucky again. Beat the golem. And then we'll continue along the way. Clear out the bugs. I'll show you guys some of the loot along the way. And then we're going to head around this side behind this chariot bro. We need to get some height though. And use this terrain to get the arch. If you don't quite have... depending on the projectile you have, this is less of an issue. But the boulders do kind of shoot at an arch. Kind of like if you're shooting a basket. Alright, here you go. Boom. Now we can go this way. I'm going to hope to scare the meteor head off in this corner. And completely miss. Don't. Change direction, please. Oh, you bastard. There you go, you idiot. Now there's going to be bugs chasing us and possibly golems. I didn't want to go too much further because there's tons of strong enemies off in that distance, so I don't want to go there. Then we have this clown. Lovely. I don't have anything that's really good against him, do I? And I'm not much of a venomancer, so... I'm just going to have to parry him to death. Ow, never mind. Okay, right. Oh, get wrecked. Okay, he's dead. Good gravy. Now let's change back to a different talisman. We're definitely going to go back to Zulan's Beak, which is, in my opinion, one of the best talismans you can use. Matthias says, oh wow, speaking of power surges, how do you protect your PlayStation when that happens? Sometimes we can't predict what's going to happen, but when the weather's bad, we unplug ours to protect it. That's smart. I just use surge protectors, you know, like those strips, and they seem to work fine. But I still get the little angry message that it's like, hey, you turned it off wrong, you know? Even if I were to unplug it, at any point in time, you turn off the PlayStation, and then you unplug it, it still says you turned it off wrong. You might have corrupted data. I mean, I don't know why they do that. It's probably like a liability or something, but it is super annoying. I didn't mean to do that. It's okay though. Alright. So now that we've taken out the bugs for the second time, we're going to go through here, clear this little area out, and we'll grab some more, I think it's crafting materials if I'm not mistaken. Alright, Dritholith 6, very good. Materials to upgrade our staff. Because we aren't aware of any other way to protect it. It's really bad when it happens because we have an external hard drive connected to our... Oh, nice. Yeah, that's scary. That's good, though, for the space. I meant nice for that, but not nice for because, yeah, the power surges and stuff. We just use surge protectors, and I haven't had any issues with them yet. There was one time, years and years ago, we were living in an apartment, and we had power surges all the time. And it messed up my Xbox One, and I had to send it back, and they're like, oh, there's no issue with it, and I don't know how, but they fixed it somehow, but it was jacked up. It wouldn't even turn on or anything, and I lost all my data, and it was crazy, but somehow they fixed it, and I got it back, and I've used it ever since, but I was so distraught when that happened. But surge protectors are what I've used since then, and I haven't had any issues, even when the power goes out, or there's like a thunderstorm that's real crazy. Okay, so we're going to go this way. There's going to be a few items, but we do need to take out some powerful enemies. This is going to aggro a handful of enemies, and more often than not, the mage will drop down, which does cause a bit of issues because he can shoot through walls. He has wall hacks. So let's see. Can we kill this mage? Hit him twice. Okay, very good. That's all we wanted to do. Now we're golden. Now, of course, we're going to be pursued by these hand creatures. And those little bugs as well. The tardigrade cutesy guys. Also, you can just head them off at the pass. It doesn't much matter. Take them out. There you go. Remember, they don't quite like fire, so you can use fire to make quick work of these guys. Or if you want to save your mana, you can just do this. But they can't hit you if you're not strafing, so just be careful. They have kind of deceptive range, so just be right out of the range of those hands and you're good to go. There's a bunch of them, and they do hit hard. And if you get surrounded by them, you're pretty much dead, so you can count on that. Matthias says, yeah, losing all your data means also losing all that hard work and time. Oh, no doubt. It's super scary. That's why I try to have those surge protectors in place, because if I lose my data, I have backups as well, but these are backups from... I'm not very good at... I'm not very disciplined at creating backups too regularly, so I'd lose quite a bit of data. And I'd be quite pissed. Okay, so... this was the area with the bugs and the meteor head, just so you know, just kind of piecing it together. We're going to go back up, just so you know, but for now, we're going to take out these little bastards. And then that's the extent of this area. You just get a few curatives and items that we may or may not use. I typically like to hoard everything. I'm going to save these items. Gene, how's it going, man? What game are we playing today? Gene, long time no talk. Hope you're doing well. My stream just disconnected because we had a power surge, but we're playing Codex Lost. This is a open world action RPG that's been Souls inspired and created by a single dev, solo dev project. This is one of my favorite non-Souls-like, non-FromSoft Souls-likes, and that it has become an instant favorite of mine. And I've been playing it pretty much non-stop, so it's an excellent game, and I really do enjoy it. So essentially, it's like you're forced to be a mage, right? So imagine Souls-like, but mage only, and it's fantastic. I really, really enjoyed this game. The dev has actually stopped in a few times as well. Some of the voice actors have been really nice. It's a really cool group of people. Ow. Alright, we're going to try and save our heals as much as possible. We're going to take out this mage next. Gene says, wow, I heard of this game. It seems like it has a lot of popularity. Well, I sure hope so. I haven't heard anything of it, really. Like, the reason why I heard about it is I was just looking on Twitter one day, and I was like, ooh, this game looks cool. And I was like, is it on PS5? And as I was looking it up, the dev actually sent me a message on Twitter and was like, hey, I saw your channel. Would you be interested in featuring this game? And I was like, yeah. So it was serendipitous, as they say. It was quite serendipitous. Alright, so this is another good reference point. So if you look at this tree, you know you're in the farthest left side of the map. So this is great to know. Good thing to know because there's going to be several other pathways we're going to be able to take along the way. So if you ever see or hear that noise, you know that the chariot guy is above you, so you want to kind of keep your distance. And if you're far back enough, you should be able to arc a shot. Oops, you have to aim of course, but if not, we'll need to gain some elevation. Yeah, it's going to be tough to hit him. It's going to be tough to hit him. Let's see if I can just use this. Ooh, that's not long range at all. Not a spell I'm used to using, so that's why. Darn it, darn it, darn it. So he's going to be chasing us the entire freaking time, then that's no fun. So do you only have the option to play as a sorcerer? Yes, you do. But it fits lore-wise and gameplay-wise, it's pretty fantastic. You don't really feel like you're like needing melee or anything like that. You do have close range spells and stuff anyways like that. There's a number of different spells. The lore is fantastic. The world building is great. The area interconnectivity is so daunting. Like at first you're like, oh my gosh, what the heck am I gonna do? But it actually comes together really nicely. I've 100%ed it already and absolutely love it. And that's why I'm kind of doing this playthrough as a 100% guide, kind of like a makeshift 100% guide for you guys, so you can get all the endings, all the goodies, all that stuff. There's tons of content though in this game. Alright, so what we're going to do is take on these guys next. I'm going to try to avoid that guy in the chariot above us. He's actually, you can see the shadow now. There's a parry as well in this game. It's a really awesome, really satisfying parry. It's kind of hard to showcase now because I'm getting attacked by like that stupid archer guy, or that guy in the chariot guy. Okay, there you go. I want to show you guys something here. Let's see. There you go. Trying to see if I can get an angle on him because this guy's gonna be quite a menace. One more shot, fool. Ah, that should have been it. There you go. Alright, so we took him out. We got a holy crystal for that so we can craft... Oh, there's spell crafting as well. You can craft different spells. There's different stabs, there's different charms and passive items you can have equipped. There's a lot to it. There's excellent boss fights. The soundtrack's amazing. Gene says, I only asked because the fact that I've never played Sorcerer, Cleric, or Mage in the other previous games. Yeah, it's definitely an adjustment. Definitely an adjustment. Okay, so this is one of those two bridges that I want to talk to you guys about. This, as long as you use a Venomancy, you can activate it. So there isn't really a traversal ability needed for that. And if you go and continue along, you'll see that we're going to arrive at the Wasteland Lodge. So now we have another area we can enter from that's going to be safe. So right there. Unfortunately, we use tons of heals and stuff. That's pretty bad, but we're going to do our best to use these last two heals to survive the rest of this area. So there you have it. So that's going to take you to the Wasteland Lodge. You could always replenish there, or now that we have the shortcut, you can go from the Wasteland Lodge to here, or you could go the way we came and connect back to the Wasteland Lodge. I wanted to go the other pathway, so because from the Great Reservoir Wall, there's a lot of secrets in that beginning area that you would miss otherwise. So remember, we're in an open world area, so we can sprint without using any stamina whatsoever, so we're good to go. There's a cube off in the distance and a meteor head, so we need to be mindful of that as well. The cube is going to be the biggest threat. To our left is going to be the door that takes us to the castle environs. I strongly advise you don't take that. There's no need to take it unless you just have to make a fast escape or something. There you go. There's the parry. I completely missed that parry. I'm going to run in close. He's trying to evade me right now, but we're going to take him out. Obviously, he's very strong and resistant to fire, but we're dealing tons of damage with our current staff, so we're going to go ahead and just kind of beast through it. But this is a meteor head. This is the equivalent of the crystal lizard. We're going to get in close because they can be very, very hard to hit. And okay, we got it. That's Dritholith 7. That's an upgrade material for our staff. Good stuff there. Alright, and kind of just to piece it together, this is the other side we would have came out from. To the right would be the orb that we just destroyed and the other mages. And now as we continue along this way, we have the next open area. That's the pathway back to the Wasteland Lodge. That's the door to the castle environs, which you do not want to take. And then here we have the second open area. We have some mines here as well. You want to make sure you knock those out. Otherwise you will get completely blasted. This open area is pretty interesting. It's going to be where we face off with one of the hunts. So we do have the bounties that we need to complete, and this is where one of the bosses is going to be, or the mini bosses. So that's why you see like, well, this is a really vast open area, but there's not a lot here. Well, the reason for that is because you would be facing off with a gigantic enemy, and this area is reserved for that pretty much. But if we go back towards the beacon, I'm sure you saw this beacon off in the distance. This one is not a nice guy, so we're gonna actually just double check something real quick here. The Wastelands, obviously one of the game mechanics here is trying to find your way, even though you have very limited visibility and all that. So obviously getting your bearings is going to be a challenge. But here we have a mimic. So if you try and, oh, okay, let me see where I'm at. That's the last thing you want to do. You're going to wake him up. And as you know, these are one of the more dangerous enemies. But we're going to use a geomancy that even though he's resistant to, we can build up his stagger meter and prevent him from really doing any kind of damage to us. We're just constantly staggering him, stun locking him in a way. And now he's been taken care of. We'll go ahead and grab this item. That's our consumable arcana, so that's how we get, you know, experience or money. And then we're going to continue circling around. There's going to be a series of bugs over here, and there's going to then be a maze we're going to enter. If we continue this way, remember from the very beginning and the previous episode I showed you guys, well, the previous half of this episode, I showed you guys where the point of interest was. Had we gone straight, we would have been heading towards the maze. And this maze is pretty tough. It's going to be take us a little while to get everything in it, because we'll have to go through several times. So that's the maze right there. It's a perfect like rectangle. We'll definitely be going through that, but I want to kind of go this way so you can see where we would end up. So we have another cube enemy, of course. Make sure we get our parries in if we can. Or not, or just get hit in the face, that's fine too. That was my other chance, my other decision. My backup plan. There you go, very nice. Anytime you tucked in these corners, just watch for mines. But this is just kind of giving you an idea of where we're at. Then if we continue, you'll kind of be like, oh, I know where we're at now. That's the area where we just defeated the mages. If we keep going this way, we're going to then circle around where we fought the golem, and then we should see the other beacon off in the distance. So there you go. The beacon's off to the right there. So now if we go this way, we're going to circle back around to the maze. And I'm doing this so you guys can see how the world is kind of pieced together. And we're also trying to 100% it. So if you just take a beeline to the point of interest, you're going to see that we have this maze right here. There's a golem to the left, and there should be a guardian blocking the entrance, so there you see it there. Let's take out the golem first, because these guys can be quite annoying. And we've taken out the chariot enemy, so we should be good to go. There you go. Get this parry. Okay, maybe not. Parry. Parry. That punch in the face, oh my gosh. I'm gonna heal again. There you go, very nice. So we took him out now. Very good indeed. So there's actually two entrances to the maze. This is just the other side where we were just at, where the mimic was, or that beacon was. And this here is going to be the second entrance that's not open just yet. This will open after we actually go through the maze and find the secret. There's a cube enemy over there. I'm actually going to avoid him because they have aggro for days. I mean, they can aggro from a mile away, so I'm not going to mess with those guys. Inside the maze, there's only going to be the exploding elemental enemies, so nothing too big to worry about. We can block or parry most of them, so it shouldn't be hard at all. But this enemy here is kind of the first time we've seen him. He's pretty susceptible to geomancies because of the huge stagger buildup that they cause. So now we're in good shape. This is the proper entrance. That's the cube again, so we would just kind of show you guys what that looks like. And this is where our little maze begins. So here we go. Let's do our best to find our way through this with minimal frustration. This can be pretty difficult, actually. Not the frustration part, but just kind of figuring out your bearings. I'll just hold block here. I don't want to get too fancy with it. I don't want to take unnecessary damage. But there's lots of little items, most of which are just going to be crafting materials and things like that. But what I normally do is if I enter any maze, I only do one direction at a time. So all I've done is made a series of lefts. And there are no illusory walls in this maze, so don't worry about it. So now, the first chance I get, instead of making a left, I'm gonna continue making. So I guess I should say, that would have been making a right at that first chance. So by me making lefts and then leaving an area and then going to an area where now there's two pathways and making a left there, that's the equivalent of me making a right turn here. So when I first came in here, I made the left, and then I came out and made a series of left turns. So that's kind of one way to kind of scour the area effectively. It's very easy to get mixed up and lost though. So here we have another instance like that, right? So we have a left turn here. I don't know why that didn't get blocked, that's fine. And then over here, this would be an equivalent of our right turn. So nothing yet, right? So essentially that wasn't really the path to go. So if we circle back through here, it should take us back to the entrance. But here, another wall there. That should take us hopefully back to the entrance, I'd imagine, but we're going to continue along this way, keep making our left turns. The actual prize for the maze is pretty awesome because it's one of several pieces you need to obtain one of the best items in the game, so really amazing. But other than that, you're just going to get crafting materials and things like that. So here you can always peek and say, okay, that's going to be an area that I don't need to go to just yet. Or that's a dead end, you know, that kind of thing. So then another dead end. Keep making the left turns. Got another dead end. Lots of different turns here, so that's kind of tricky. But we know we're in new areas because there's enemies. Once all the enemies go away, it makes it that much harder to kind of tell where you're at. So now we'll have to go this way. Essentially, we came from here, but we need to go this way and see if there's anything else. On the way that we came from, we know there's all kinds of pathways. We're like, wow, that's tricky. So again, most of the materials is going to be things from the bombs or actual crafting materials you would get. But there's no, to my knowledge, that I remember anyways, because I have obtained all the charms and all of the talismans. I don't believe there's a charm or anything like that in here. Alright, another dead end. So now we go this way. Another dead end. Another dead end. Good. That's good. We want the dead ends, actually, because that means we know which way we know where we can't go. And that's incredibly important to know. Otherwise, you just keep making all these bad decisions, or you circle around, you can get really confused and disoriented. And as you get closer to the smoke, to the sand, you start. That's actually the entrance, so you need to be mindful of that. Like if you start seeing a ton of sand like that, you're getting closer to the entrance. Or you're closer to the outskirts. With some mage powder there. That's a dead end. Go in here. And again, we're just trying to find our way through. Another enemy over here. Another dead end. So all I've done is just made a series of left turns, and that's proven to kind of clear out as much as we can of an area at any given time. So dead in there, dead in there. You can see what's over here now. Kind of circles around. But yeah, all this was made by one person. This is the entrance. So now we know we're right back at the entrance, and we've almost come full circle. But if we go back the way we came, we know that we could actually make a series of different turns that we missed out on. So there's this one over here. Hello, friend. You're just gonna sit there. We'll grab your halcyon too, why not? This is where we came from earlier. That's a dead end. And then we'll have to make this series of left turns. That's a dead end. Hello. There you go. Hello, little buddy. If you'd like to blow up now, that'd be nice. Make more left turns here. And there you have it. We've now obtained the black gem. So that's how you do it, guys. This just now opens up all the different pathways, so you have these little side enemies here. But again, these aren't necessary to kill. Hello. These are all pathways we have previously explored. And there's nothing else there, so that now we've come up to the other side. That's the black gem. So hopefully that helps you out. As when I re-entered from the entrance, that's going to be the path on how to do it. So go to the right, and then you just make the series of lefts from there. Okay, hopefully that clears that up for you guys. But anyways, that's the black gem. I'm going to write this out here. Black gem, technically part 5B. And we did that 27 minutes. There you go. That way I can break that up into a little guide for you. Okay, so now we need to keep our eye out for the cube enemy. So remember I said, hey, this door is not open yet. We actually entered from the other side. So the black gem, really quickly, is a key item. 1 of 8 gems needed to unlock one of the best items in the game. So we now have the black gem. So here we're going to head towards this cube. And as we continue this way, we're going to start noticing green crystals. The green crystals are good indicators that we're getting close. We're getting real close. I don't know why I healed. I did not mean to heal there. That's my bad. That's terrible. What a waste of a heal. That's okay, though. So that means we just can't get hurt now. We can't afford to get hurt anymore. So we're going to keep heading this way. There's not going to be much in terms of loot. There's like just a few crafting materials, and then we're going to start seeing some green crystals. This here is going to be an enemy we want to take out quickly. So he's pretty low right now, so spam your spells. There you go. We've taken him out quickly. And he drops usually some really important stuff. So it can be a number of different things. Holy crystals, bottle of light, could be midlight prisms, all of these good consumables. So now we're just, we're starting to see green crystals, right? Just as I said. So this is a good sign. You're going to start seeing larger insect creatures as well. And they're relatively susceptible to geomancy, so just spamming a few of these will take them out. I'm going to go ahead and use the bookcase fragment to get that slow MP regen. One more. We need to upgrade our staff because it sucks that we're having to use one more cast on when they have absolutely no health whatsoever. And you're going to look for an arch. So you're going to see this archway over here. And this archway is important because we want to make sure that we take out the 2 guardians, but we don't want to aggro them both at the exact same time, otherwise we'll be in some trouble. So instead we go this way, we just pull one at a time and then start backing up. He can cover a lot of ground actually, so one more hit, he's paralyzed and dead, so he's going to blow up right in front of us. And then we have his friend over here. Do the same thing. The geomancies are fantastic. And remember, you can choose any number of spells you want to use. I'm using the spells that are most amplified by this really special staff we obtained. This is the way you want to go. But you can explore around here, and there's going to be like, you know, a handful of little consumable items you can pick up. And also you want to make sure you don't get blown up by any landmines. So here you get another spice cracker. You might be wondering, why am I getting spice crackers, which help with freeze in this area? Well, later on, you're going to be going to an area where you're going to really, really want the spice crackers. So and if you don't have a certain charm, the spice crackers are an absolute must. If you have the charm that that I think we've already obtained, that I've shown you how to obtain, then you're golden, unaffected by freeze. That, of course, is going to be invaluable in one of the next areas we go to. Freeze slows down your mobility, and you're pretty much slowed to a crawl, so it really sucks. Typically, it just leads to you getting hit more and more. So as you can see, there's just a few enemies peppered around. There's nothing, you know, nothing that's gonna make or break anything. So that then would be the, oops. That off in the distance then would be the maze, and then that was the entrance where it was being guarded, and then here we would have had the entrance that we came through, right? That big expanse we came through with the beacon not too far away. So that's it. No other items here to note. So again, if you just run past the maze, he's like, you know what, I'm not messing with the maze. You look for the archway right here. You'd take out the 2 guardians, and then you'd head towards the exit. This is going to lead you to the Great Dust Bowl, which is a very important area. The Dust Bowl is kind of leading us to the dungeon where the next Grimoire Lord is. So here we have a golem off in the distance. He's already coming this way. He's highly resistant to what we're using, so might have to get in a little close. There you go. Yeah, this is really resistant. That's unfortunate. Gotta get in close then, I suppose. Ow. Right in my face. Oh no, there's another one of these idiots. Now where did you come from, my friend? Ah, that's not what I wanted. Okay, I need this spell. We are hurting. We're in a very bad spot. That guy completely caught me off guard. He's in a punch. Wow, we have no heals whatsoever, and that chariot guy came out of nowhere. So now we're in a bit of a pickle, as they say. There is another golem that we have to fight, but we can come back and grab that item later. So what we're going to do is kind of make it through. There's going to be some more insect enemies. There you go. And there are healing spells. I just don't typically learn them or have them equipped because it's not my style. Oh, how I should maybe change that. Should change my ways. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that last chariot guy. He must have followed us from afar, honestly. Remember, they don't really leash, so within any given area, they will track you down until they take you down, or until you take them out. Okay, so to our right, there's going to be another golem, and then we have a few items we could collect. But I'm going to try not to aggro him at all. We'll come back for that item in a little bit. So it's just, I think it's Halcyon. So it's just consumable items, but we don't necessarily want to mess with that because there's 2 enemies down here that are going to be a little bit more difficult for us. So we want to go ahead and come down here. We grab this recipe. Watch for an arcane spell just come in through the mist and continue pressing your lock on. There should be a guardian to the bottom left, and then an arcane sorcerer a little bit further away. So you'll be fighting both of them at the same time, but if you keep locking on, you should be able to fight one at a time. Unfortunately, in patch 1.4, they're going to remove the walk animation. I was talking to the dev at length, like, I really think that walk animation is like, what do you call it, lore accurate. And I was like, can you please keep this? So there might be a compromise a little bit later on, but the walk animation is really nice in my opinion. I honestly prefer it. Because, you know, obviously you don't want to be rushing head first, and if you do know the area, you're familiar with the area, then you can simply, at any point in time, then just hold circle and run. But I don't know, I guess people get impatient and they don't want to have to deal with that. I don't know, people are strange. They want to sprint through everything, I guess. Wait for that other spell he's going to cast, hopefully any second now. Okay, we got a very well-timed parry there. We would have died a terrible death. We can grab this over here, and it's the Audacious Charm. This gives you 15% Arcana earned. So it does increase the amount of Arcana that you earn, and it is dropped by enemies that are defeated. When you exit this area, we're now in the Great Dust Bowl, and there's a few things I want you to take note of. So first and foremost, there's going to be a bunch of little mushrooms you can eat, and that's perfectly fine, but we're going to be tagging this memory font. That should be your priority, okay? So tag this memory font, and you can grab this item if you want. If you tag this first, this is not a standard translocation point. As you can tell, it's kind of been removed or somewhat tampered with, so this would just take you back, but this is not a way for you to then teleport back to this area. You have to tag the memory font, so make sure you do that. Now we're topped off. We can probably level up and use some halcyons here, and then we're going to go grab those items that we missed by that golem, and we'll be in great shape. So we have 70,000 Arcana, so we're going to level this up to 30. And that should be good. So now we're at 35 and then 30. Looking good. We're going to bump up our vitality to 40 here next, and then we'll be in excellent shape. So even better. Even better. Okay, very good. And if we take a look at our equipment, we have plenty of bookcase fragments, but if you want to be safe, you can certainly go back to the guild hall and we can purchase a handful. Again, we've topped off on holy water, so we should be good from that regard as well. And what I want to do next is see if we can possibly upgrade our staff. So here we go. We'll talk to the blacksmith, go to the crystal spear, and here we have 7. Okay, as long as you have 5 of any type of Dritholith, you can level up to that level. So we're going to go to level 7 now, and now our fire and lightning is even that much more powerful. So very good. We'll start resorting to a little bit more fire. And if we speak to Fenton Hargreaves, he's going to be very thankful that we defeated the reviled Spectre.
The Spectre. You have slain him. I can tell. We can all feel it. Midnight lingers, oh yes. But the beckoning glow of a coming dawn warms our bones. This is not the end. Travel in grace, Curator. The Guild extends its helping hand to you today and every day to follow. And should some distant set of days follow those, well, I believe my point is clear.
A little redundancy, I like that.
You have our allegiance and our trust, no matter what comes.
Farewell then. Very good. Okay, cool. So we're good to go. Everyone's happy with us. We're doing Curator stuff. Now we go back to the library, and then that's where the memory font is kind of synced up with. So now we go to the memory font. But before that, let's take a look and see what fun spells we can unlock. What is Conflagration? No. That makes us faster. Detonates upon being touched. I like this one. Let's do this one. Volcanic Sigils. And then we can equip the spells while we're here. Volcanic sigils. And I would like another lightning spell, so let's change this out for light. Oh, never mind, I already have it. Change this out for lightning bolt. So here we go here. Thunderbolt's fine, actually. Take a look at the spellbook again. Yeah, we're in good shape. So fire, lightning, and geomancy, that's definitely what we're going to be rocking in this particular playthrough. Now we're going to be entering the Dust Bowl. There's 3 things of note in this entire massive area. So here we have the mushrooms. This is just a little bait spawn location, it's random. Alright. If you go this way, oh, this is not fun. I should have. It's fine. This is fine. Do I have Ice Dirk Volley? I do. Okay, so actually we're going to change this out just momentarily. You cannot change your spells out in the open, if you will. But if you're in the library, you certainly can. If you have an item called the Pencil of Time, you can also do it. But I didn't want to waste an item like that since we're close to so many different areas. So here we go. We're going to change to Ice Dirk Volley. We're actually going to equip Ice Dirk Volley. And we're going to go into this. We have a Titan to face off with. So remember, there are 5 Titans in the entire expanse of this game. One of which we're going to be kicking the ass of momentarily. Matthias says, I'm still here and glancing and listening, but my phone's on charge now, so I can't chat and converse as much. My phone's ancient, so it doesn't particularly like apps since they... Oh, I know. They destroy your battery. I have like an iPhone 8, so I know. Trust me, I know. So there's actually nothing around these areas. There's one side of this giant cube, which you can barely see now, is 1 item. On the other side of the giant cube is 1 item. And then you have this beacon here. The beacon's going to be like, hey, point of interest. So it's telling you different places we can go. We're definitely going to be heading up there. But anyways, there should be a golem. There he is. Hiding in plain sight. This is the one that took me forever to find. I actually had to ask that. I was like, what? I had scoured every area. But I did it in such a way that I was hugging the perimeter of the area. So that's why I missed it. This one's hidden in plain sight. So now he's staggered. He's not feeling too good. Staggered again. So remember, the ice is phenomenal for staggering enemies, but the stone enemies are just incredibly susceptible to ice in particular. And now he's dead. That is another golem down. That should be the 4th golem we've taken out. Alright, so can go back, and now essentially this is going to be just a big open expanse. Nom nom. Not now. Stupid autocorrect indeed, Matthias. It gets you every time. Gets you every time. Alright, so all we're going to do is just run this way, and there'll be an item we can get somewhere tucked in the corner. And then there'll be another item on the other side. And then we're going to start making our way up. Remember the cube resonator? It's actually pretty important. We got some more Dritholith 7. Fortunately, we had sufficient to level up our crystal staff, so we're good to go. The beacon's directly in front of us. But there are no other items of interest, just so you know, other than going to the other side of the cube, as I've mentioned multiple times. So this was something like out of the Wizard of Oz to me, like some twisted Wizard of Oz kind of reference. It was so cool. Obviously it's not, but I mean, it's just something that reminded me of it. Like if this was what, you know, this dude created from his mind, right? The Mesmiron, the grimoire lord that took the Psychologicon, it's completely warped. But anyways, this is his domain, so there's a little item here. And then off in the distance, there's one more item we can grab, and then we'll start traversing the green cube and making our way inside the Dritholith. The Dritholith is, of course, Mesmiron's dungeon, if you will. The multiple layers, infinite amount of layers just about, of just mind-boggling puzzles that are just going to piss us off to no end. It took me like 45 minutes to figure some of these out. And then I was like, okay. It was crazy. But here we have the Dritholith 3. And as we look up, you'll be able to see that there's going to be some points we can interact with. But for now, we're just going to continue working our way around, making sure there's not anything else. I do believe that was the... yeah, this right here is the last item. So now we're in good shape. Let's go ahead and destroy this. We've explored the extent of the Dust Bowl. Now we need to traverse the Dritholith. Very nice. So what we want to do is look up, and also what you want to do is you're going to want to, before you forget, change to the Raven Wing Seal. This does give you increased dash distance by 25%, so not a bad thing to have. So we're going to be looking up to the left, and we're going to look for a cube that we can resonate with and teleport to. So those cubes are key to actually traversing this area. So that's why it was necessary for us to complete the quest at the Snapwood area and help Sayan Gerard. Alright, coming around here, it'll be near the front actually, and then we'll see our first cube. There it is. You can see it off in the distance now. You can reach it from some pretty great distances, and this particular, and the name of the game for this particular area is just finding the cube that you can see closest and reach to, but I'm going to just kind of go the intended pathway. We're not going to skip anything or anything like that, so there you go. There will be items on some of these platforms that are pretty difficult to see actually, because it's green, and those white lights just don't seem to really do it justice. Sometimes it's hard to see. Anyways, a lot of times when you move back or forward, you'll be able to see it a lot easier. So, oh gosh, I almost fell. We're going to go continue along this way. Jump across. Did I mess this up already? Oh, whoops. Yeah, I did mess that up already. So, okay, so we came from there. Teleported here. We're going to teleport there, and then off in this little corner, you just scoot up a little bit. Come this way. And you can go right here to this cube. And the way I got to it is I just double dash, dash, and then dash. So now that you're here, let's see, what was the other thing? Gosh, I don't remember exactly where to go anymore. It's not that hard though, we'll figure it out. I just remember there being a few little tricky jumps like that. You're like, oh, I see now. Free Mana says, hey guys, oh, Free Mana, now I'm going to be embarrassed because this is the part that took me forever to figure out because I was like, I was raging. No, remember I was in my sake-fueled rage, and I messaged you that day being like, you are a troll for creating this next area. Let's see, we're going to use Ignite. Hope you're having a great day, Free Mana, and again, thank you so much for stopping by. Kind of a slow stream today, but we got the regulars. Slow stream today. Everybody's probably hungover, or all the tryptophan from the turkey has just made them sleep that deep sleep. But yeah, I love this area. This is my favorite area in the entire game. So this is all about positioning though. All you gotta do is usually just run back and you can then see the next point. Free Mana. You're a madman. And always just kind of look out for items because they are pretty difficult to see against this green kind of color. They glow, but at the same time they are kind of hard to see. So there is a warp point up top that we cannot reach just yet. So we have to kind of go around and backtrack a little. So you can see an item here from that angle, but make sure you don't forget those things. So we got to get a little closer. Ugh. Get it. There you go. That's the stuff. We'll go grab this item. I had a power surge earlier, so it actually messed up my... Oh, my face is all weird too. Hold on, let me fix that too. I had a power surge, so it ended my stream. I was like, what the hell? A mad dungeon for a madman. Oh man, I haven't updated my filter in so long. Let me see. Let's mess around with this for a bit. Custom color. Okay, we're gonna have to do something stupid like that. Oh yeah. And then do that. Oh my gosh. Okay. That'll work. As long as my beard's not turning green, I think I'm doing good. I'm doing the right thing. Okay, so now a mad dungeon for a madman. I like Mesmiron. I mean, he totally is one of the worst because of what he did, but he's also kind of cool in my opinion. He's kind of a cool guy. Okay, so obviously you see this path here and this here. This is the one that's closer, so we're going to take this up here. Gotta watch for the orbs. What are these guys? They don't like dark, I think? I don't remember, but I usually just use ignite. They're not resistant to fire, so you can just punch them. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die here. Never mind. That's what I get for experimenting with different spells. You're welcome. I do those things so you don't have to. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. Alright, now we can reach this guy. And this you think is like super far away? I think, well, maybe not. Yeah, there you go. That's the one that didn't lock, like you didn't see it lock on. Normally you see a little ring around it, but it works. This is fine. This is fine. Free Mana says, oh, for sure, Mesmiron is a total lunatic, which makes for a great foe. Oh, absolutely. It's the crazy ones you gotta watch out for. And the fact that he drank the River of Dreams, I mean, that's insane. I'm assuming that's why this entire area is desolate, because he just slurped it all up, which is awesome. I went another way, I think, but let me think. There's a part where it kind of deviates, and I remember saying, let me come back and try that. But to my knowledge, there weren't any actual secrets here. It was just more so finding the pathway. But I remember thinking, do I need to go back this way? And I never ended up... No, I did end up doing that. Never mind. Yeah, there was nothing. This is just more about the platforming and traversing and using your cube resonator, your newly acquired cube resonator. I gotta back up. I have a bad angle here. Okay, I just got here. I need to go back here. And there's nothing off in this side, so yeah, we're gonna have to go across. Absolutely, the wasteland is the River of Dreams. And the thing about this particular game is rivers are really important in the world of Codex Lost, because the rivers are kind of like what connects the realms together. And so for him to have drinking one, that's like blasphemous. That is like blasphemy to the nth degree. So here we have another bro up there. Yeah, this is the part where I was like, wait, are there two paths or not? I knew it was nearby. It was by an orb, because at first I thought, oh, maybe the orbs are the key. You have to defeat 5 orbs and you're good to go. But it's nothing that trivial. There it is. Okay. I will ignite you. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ignite. 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 Okay, hold on. Strafe. No! You scared me. Okay, very good. We're gonna heal. This next, you think this is bad? This is not even bad. This is actually the easiest part of this entire area. So this is fun. I like this part. I like all of this part, actually. That's why it's my favorite. But the other part pissed me off. It took me like 45 minutes to solve all these different puzzles. I was like, really? I started to try and resort to cheap methods to like get places, because I was like, there's no way. No way at all. Okay, there's the other orb we're going to have to go to. I just like to see if there's anything else. The wasteland is the River of Dreams. Or at least it was, right? We got another orb over here. Come here, buddy. I'm going to kick your ass. Oh, okay, never mind. Just kidding. You can change direction way better than I remember. No. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, good. Gosh, you're mean today. These guys are really mean today. Did you give them better mobility or something? I just didn't know about it. Oh, yeah, free mana. I don't know, man. I'm torn about the like, I want this. Don't take this away from me, please. Or have the ability to toggle if you want the ability to automatic, like in it's a terrible example, but like in Fortnite, it's like auto run. So like you can have it to where you jog or you sprint if you hold the buttons. Literally, I don't know why that's so hard for people to do, but it's so lore accurate. Like, don't take my walk away. Have it to where, or I'm suggesting, I'm not telling you, if you could toggle on if you want to auto jog, or I don't know how hard it is to program. Obviously, like if the stick's all the way, then you're jogging, but if not, you're still walking. And then if you're holding the sprint button, then you're sprinting. Obviously, you know this better than I do. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, man. Like this is just dope. Like, and it just fits him. Like the curator's not gonna be running around unless he's doing that. But he's not gonna be running around. He's reading a book. He's got to have time to read his book. Yeah, I'm still very torn between them. Like that's why I'm enjoying my patch 1.0 right now. And I'm like, hey, take your time on consoles for 1.4, because as I'm capturing content, I don't know. I'm just picky. I'm just weird about that stuff. But people are just so impatient, and they want to get there quick. They want to get there quick. I get it, and I definitely know that you have a need to have to appease to the masses. But man, I love the walk. The walk. I thought that was one of the. I was like, that's interesting. And honestly, I was sprinting even in the Shrine of Amana area, which we'll call it River of Light. I was sprinting everywhere, but still, I mean, it's still cool to be able to walk, because those lily pads, they're not very wide. Oh, whoops, I missed a lot of you guys chatting it up. At least it was quite so. Matthias Rain says the visual design style, or whatever it's called, that you use free mana is pretty amazing in my opinion. I hope you're proud of your game, child, because you definitely should be. Oh, hell yeah. I was saying earlier that this is ranked top 3 of one of my non-FromSoft Souls-likes. So non-FromSoft Souls-likes, my absolute favorite are Lies of P, Hellpoint, which was janky as balls, but I loved Hellpoint, and this game, Codex. And it's not in any order, but those 3 are my top non-FromSoft Souls-likes. And yeah, they're just really good. Really, really good. All in their own regard. They're all different. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, and they all just have their own style. And I like them all. Very much so. Okay, so that's the portal. I always check around because like the light is. I'm blind as a frackin' bat. So. Free Mana says, yeah, I agree. The speed in the current PC patch is too much. I think I found a good compromise for the time being, which will come in the next patch. Thank you, Matthias. Is free mana. Man, I flippin' love Hellpoint. It's so good. Love Point. Love Point was hell. I'm just kidding. No, Hellpoint is good. Okay, guys, everybody, just watch. Remember, we kind of got scared straight by using some portals, like the Wasteland one. If you weren't observant, you would then may have tagged the translocation portal instead of the font first, and it would have screwed you up. In an instance like that, as I mentioned earlier, you do want to use the memory fonts, right? And that particular translocation cube or translocation portal was, you could see it had been tampered with, right? So it wasn't intact. Here we have a door, but we'll talk about that. And we're going to grab this, and then we have a Page of the Lost Tome, and we have this item here. Initially, I thought these were seals. And honestly, I thought that the process was maybe I need to use a spell that is of the corresponding color. So I was thinking maybe the aeromancies or lightning spells for, in layman terms and non-mage terms and muggle terms. And then here I was like, oh, a fire spell. But no, that's not right at all, actually. And here we have the means to translocate, so we can rest and recover if we want. Resting and recovering here is perfectly fine to do. We have a ton of arcana. Let's just go back to the library, and I don't think I can level. I don't think I picked up any new Halcyons, but we'll go back to the guild hall and purchase some stuff. Ooh, I can level. I'll be damned. Look at that. Okay, good. So now we're going to go back to the translocation thingy, and we're going to go to the Dritholith. Alright. Yeah, it is so good, says Free Mana. Hellpoint was frackin' awesome. Matthias says, people's impatience these days reminds me of that song Mad World by the Gary Jules one or the original. Mad World makes me cry every freaking time. I have a really funny story to tell about that anyways. It's a virtue for a reason, which virtues are seemingly more lacking these days. Oh yes, indeed. Matthias says, you're welcome, Freeman, and thank you for the Christmas gift that is your game this year. Soon I'll be enjoying your gift. Oh yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for you guys to go out and check it out. This game's fantastic. As I said, one of my favorite non-FromSoft Souls-likes of all time. And trust me, I've been playing Souls-like since they came out. We're pressing 15 plus years now. Trust me, I have a... My opinion is somewhat seasoned. Okay, so it's like, hey, door. Yeah, this is cool. Let's do this. And then Mesmiron says, really? Is that what you want to do? So this is where I was like, okay, I see what you're doing here. So the trick is, first you're going to be like, okay, let's enter this and let's go ahead and move forward. It's just kind of disorienting. And you want to interact with this, and it's going to give you a little tip. The Lord of Dreams may permit only those who turn from his gaze. So that's kind of a hint to say, maybe I don't need to be running towards it blindly, right? So let's try and run towards it blindly anyways, because I always like to do opposite of what devs say usually. I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's just continuing to kind of change in distance, but are we moving further away or closer away, you know? So if we keep trying, okay, let's try and move closer. I think we're getting closer. Very good, very good. Oh, now it's super far away. Right? Oh, there's an item there. Can we grab the item? Let's see. And it's like, oh, no, we can't. Okay, we suck. So essentially, you want to turn the gaze. I thought it was a camera trick at first, so I was actually running, not facing. I was trying to then go backwards and backstab. I did a number of different things to try and find out how to do it, but over time, it kind of got more intuitive. But we want to go away from the door that he's trying to, that we're trying to get to, right? So this is all about like misdirection and stuff. So it gets kind of tricky, and always kind of take a look back and see where the door's at in relation to where you're at as well. So there you go. That would technically be the way out if I'm not mistaken. And you can grab, see, there's the way out, but you can grab the items as well. So what we're going to do is actually backtrack just a bit and go grab those items. As a matter of fact, though, just so you know, we could get them on the way back. We do need to return here. There is a return trip that's needed, but it's fine. Let's see. Did I break it and make it to where it's... No, we're good. But yeah, it's as easy as that. However, it's also quite tricky, and if you don't trust in your instincts, yeah, you're going to be like, where do I go? And I was doing that. I was like, oh, let me use a camera trick, or let me go this way or that way. I was pissed. Alright, so come here, come to Papa. And again, these aren't like make or break items, just so you know. Dritholith 8 is nice though. But these are all things you can obtain in the game world. Alright, so that I think there's one more item, if I'm not mistaken, but it's fine. Okay, so we're going to go one more. We're going to keep going towards this portal here. Take a look back. Okay, that should be it. If not, we got one more to go then. Okay, no, we're good. Okay, let's grab this item. So again, a little tricky. And it took me a while to figure that out. This here is Mesmiron's Greed. And this gives you 25% increased drop rate. Not to mention, remember, the charm had... Let's see, where's that? Audacious. The charm also has increased arcana, so this dude's constantly consuming. So a charm made from abominated Dritholith, twisted by the gaze of the Dream Lord. So this dude is like very greedy, and he warps in everything he touches, right? And so all of his items kind of follow suit. But anyways, Mesmiron's Greed does give you a 25% increased drop rate. So if you're trying to farm for items, you could have the arcane, the charm equipped, so you can get increased arcane plus this one, and then you'd be able to kind of get a nice little chunk of items for crafting spells, and of course arcana, so you can purchase whatever you need or level up further. Let's read the item description really quickly. It says, an effigy of the Psychologicon. Even this small representation of the Holy Tome carries the weight of its keeper's madness. His dream like a great vortex that sucks in all who approach, and sleeplessness or aspiration. Ooh. Oh gosh, are you kidding me? Inhuman, did you get the secret in this room? Are you referring to the gem? because I got a gem. But oh my gosh, if there's another secret, then I'm a liar and a fake and a fraud. Because I haven't 100% of this game then. Also, I have one other thing that I haven't done, which is the ultra rare game, but I do have a thing I want to show free mana later. Okay, did you get the secret in this room? I got a gem, and I got all of the 3 little items in the hallway on my other file. Oh, God. A very, very well-hidden secret. I hope it's a reference to the back rooms, because then I would just have to give you a virtual hug. That would be really cool. Okay, well, yep, I'll have to find it then. It's in this room. Because if it's in this room, I'll find it off stream, and I will definitely let you know. So let me see here. Dritholith, hallway, secret. I imagine there's an illusory wall somewhere. I'd have to say, or I don't know. Damn it. You pissed me off, Freeman. As much as you're awesome, but damn you. At the same time, just damn you. Okay, so it is in this. Oh, lovely. You know, the funny thing is, I actually touched this. I don't think I actually approached the door. Oh, okay. Nothing. Okay, so I was gonna say, I think when I first just touched this, and then I forgot all about the door. All right, well, we'll have to figure it out then, won't we? We'll have to figure it out then. But yeah, you pissed me off in the best of ways. That's a compliment, of course. I knew you'd like that. Yeah, you did. Okay, so this is what. This is where I literally started pouring myself copious amounts of sake, and I think that probably hurt me more than anything. But so look, as I move, things move, and this is terrible because on controller, I'm barely any movement that I make moves these things drastically. So it is very, first off, sensitive, and then although you think it's intuitive, and it is. Each cube, or let's call it each space, moves differently or reacts differently. So this one's moving, let's call it on this axis here. And then the one beyond, the second one, is moving on the horizontal axis, let's call it. So yeah, it doesn't matter if it's intuitive or you're smart or you have great spatial recognition or not, because it's freaking hard. So, especially if you've had sake. So we're going to grab the pencil of time. And these little orbs, or let's call them this lights, are more like points of reference. Like maybe you use them to line up, things like that. That's kind of what I was doing. But I'll show you how I got through it. It's probably going to take me a good chunk of time, so prepare to laugh. For those locked into one way of thought, so shall the way forward be locked. So when I read that, I was like, oh, really? Took that as a challenge. So then I was like, let me add this, because this will be a way for me to potentially bypass some of these impossible areas to get through. And let's see, Matthias says, remember the backroom secret that's in Remnant 2? Oh, I loved it. Remnant 2, this whole Dritholith area reminds me of Remnant 2. And you're going to see an area that we get to. I think it's Shell 86 or Layer 7 or Layer 86. And in one of those layers, it looks just like the Labyrinth, except green. And I was like, holy hell, this is crazy. Oh man, that was a heck of a secret that people went nuts over when it was discovered. The Remnant games, aside from that one thing I've told you about, which requires other people to play, I've 100% Remnant 1, and Remnant 2 I've also 100%, minus that last DLC. I haven't played the last DLC yet. But I always play solo on Apocalypse, and that to me is it's just a rewarding game. It's like Souls, but it's like with guns, and everything about that game is just great. I really enjoy that game thoroughly. Okay, so here, what I did is I actually went across it, but I'm going to try something a little different. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh no, no. Okay. I'm going to scream a lot, guys, so sorry. It was insane. Most ridiculous secret in any games is free mana. Yeah, I loved it. For those locked into one way, fix thy gaze. Hold on a second. Oh, no way. No! You've got to be kidding me. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. I think because of that hint. You've got to be kidding me. I feel so freaking stupid right now. When I did this, I literally was lining up. I was using the Raven Wing seal. I was doing all the things. Free Mana just literally gave us all the information we needed in this little tip here. Look at this, guys. It says, fix thy gaze upon the... Oh, what? Actually, that was the first part you saw. Those locked into the way. For those locked into one way of thought, so shall the way forward be locked. Fix thy gaze upon the wisps, and their guidance follow at thy discretion. So if you just lock on, the movements are now significantly less problematic. That is insane. That is insane. So anyways, that's what I was doing. So I was doing it really wrong, pretty much. Let's see. Ooh, this one's still a little tricky, though. That's still nuts, though. I can't believe that. His eyes uncovered. So good. But you solved it without solving it. That is really impressive. I solved it like the most broken way. So what I did... Oh gosh. What I did was that for 20 minutes. So what I did was I came up here... And then what I did was I would turn this way. Oh my gosh, I'm just not a sensitive. I'm a little heavy-handed. I would arch it up like that a bit. So what I do is come in as straight as possible from this side. I arch it up, and then I double dash over. But anyways, that took forever. Now, okay, this one's still because we're so far away from that. It's still a little tricky. Let me do this first. Let me go forward first. Lock on and then move. Maybe that'll help it a little bit more. There you go. Hey buddy, hold on a second. Actually, I don't know. I cannot believe you had to lock on to them. That is insane. I didn't know you could lock on to them. That's crazy. Matthijs says exactly. That's also why I'm not concerned about the next Darksiders game, since it's being made, I believe, by Gunfire Games. Yeah, they have great little Easter eggs and references too that I particularly enjoy. I have to like undo. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's That's still scary. Okay, I still suck. That's fine. It's fine. Locked onto that one. Oh, I might have to turn around and lock onto that, right? That could be it. Let me see. Lock onto this, for example. Remember, if you're just one way, right? So it's only looking forward. Well, mayhaps not. Yeah, I'm a genius. But actually, I'm kind of scared because I don't know what's behind me. Oh, actually, I could just look around. But I don't know what's behind me. That's awesome. So that's how you actually solve it, guys. My bad. I'm teaching you wrong. Ooh. So this one. Yeah. Okay, so let me do this first. Can I even do this? Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on, buddy. Hold it. Easy. Okay. That was terrifying. What did I do with my life? Ooh, that's bad. No. Okay. Stay locked. Stay. Hold. I feel like Braveheart. Totally Braveheart. How do I do this? Oh my god. Almost died. Whispering helps. Stay. Oh, son of a mother. Okay, so maybe I need to stay locked onto that one for a while then. And you actually do get checkpoints, by the way. It's not as unforgiving as I was anticipating, so that's pretty nice. So here we're going to lock onto this one first. Go to this little middle pathway. Come on, buddy. No. Scary. Go here. Lock onto you. That's insane. I never thought you could lock on. And I tried doing all kinds of things. I tried interacting with those things in like a million different ways. Okay. Very good. Now we have this one. I wonder if... Yeah, I don't know if I'll make it. Will it touch? I'm going to see. I'm risking it. Okay, I can't. Okay, that's fine. Oh, hey there. Let's go straight. Straight. Okay. Damn you. I didn't. Oh. To believe that I didn't even use that before, it was hard. Like, it took me a long time. I was just lining up with them, so I was lining up with the wisps all the time, and that's how I was doing it. That third one's still hard though. All right, and then we turn around. Whee! Get flipped around here. And now we're safe. This one's actually still kind of an ass. What I did, I'm just gonna do this because I don't know the actual proper methodology. Okay, chill, bro. Chill. It's good. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, no, I'm good. Actually, I'm really scared now. Let's get back. We're gonna do. Let's see. What are we gonna do? This killed me last time, didn't it? Yeah, it did. I need to get to the other one then. I forget because I'm so fixated on the one thing. But then I remember when it's like muscle memory when I get to it. I'm like, yeah, I died here doing the exact same thing last time. Click. At least we got this was actually the hardest one for me to solve before knowing the solution. Let's just say. Okay. And then we go back. And we go back again. We're good. This wasn't as hard. I got this one like on the second try because I just went like straight. I walked across and then I dashed as soon as I could. But I think what I need to do is actually just probably lock on this early on. No. Okay. Why is that doing that to me? Why? What's up, B? How you doing? What is going on? A new Darksiders game, huh? I told you that I haven't played since like the first one, right? Or I played the second one too, but I didn't beat the second one. I don't think. Yeah, okay. Easy. So this part we got down canonically. I think this is the canonical way to do it. Now this. Why do I keep dying here? Even if I lock on earlier, it's not enough to get there. Let's see. What if I do this? Lock on from here. Certainly not. Lock on from there. Down. No. Okay, what if I do this? Oh, what's okay. That works. Okay, so you just got to do that. Wait, where are the balls? Oh, no. I'm going to die, aren't I? Okay. Yeah. I needed to look around and I panicked. Damn it. Okay. But yeah, even so, I'm glad this is taking long. I feel this place would annoy me to no end. Oh, I was pissed. I was so pissed. And it drove me to drinking. Yeah, I poured myself a little bit of sake that night. And then I messaged Free Mana. And I was like, you are a mean person for this. And guess what? He just told us a really good hint on how to solve this. And before, I was not doing it as intended. I was doing it like literally like carefully crossing really slowly like this and dodging with the Raven Seal wing. Actually, I didn't even use the Raven Seal wing. I thought about that this time around, but I wanted to use it. But I was just like stuck with my current equipment. I wasn't worried about it. I was like, whatever, it'll be fine. Okay, let's see what's behind me. Can we just do... Yeah, how about we just... There you go, buddy. There you go. Oh, that was not good. I almost died. But no, it's not actually like... It's not annoying. It's like not broken annoying. It's annoying because it's like, damn it, I was so close, and then I just died. But there's a bunch of... there's checkpoints and stuff, you know? Free Man is not all that cruel. Oh, God. Please. This is not the way I did it. So, you know, I have it recorded on how I did it, and it was not like this at all. In fact, this is the checkpoint. So once you grab this little spell catalyzer, you know, okay, I'm good to go. So if you were to fall off, you're good. Honestly, what I did here is I got to a certain point, and then I dashed across. I completely bypassed some of these other areas. So like this one, for example, let's see. I think I lined it up like this. And then as long as I had the arch on my side, I was just able to dash like that. And so I had to like cheese it pretty much. And then I just went across straight here because I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, how do I do this? And what I did here is I did the same thing. So I was like, if I can have it at a certain angle where the arch is on my side, then we're good to go. So I had to line it up kind of carefully. And then once I did, it was a little better. But anyways, this might be a... Oh, my balls. But here you go. Checkpoint. See? Haha. Well, that makes it even easier when you lock on, though, to do what I was trying to do without the lock on. Let's see. Boop. And then, no. Yes. Where's the... Oh, I'm dead. Yep, I'm dead. Yeah. How far can I dash? Okay, I have an idea. What you could do to cheese it, possibly. It's kind of hard to get that angle, though, so I have to be like this. And then you're going to have it like this with this one facing this way. And you can dash twice again and not... I mean, you could do it. That's how I did it. But I didn't have the Raven Wing seal on. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. And we go this way. And then dash, and we freaking did it. Because we're awesome. Free mana. I do not know how to do it the other way. There's Mesmiron being a jerk. Okay, so this place is really cool. You're going to see like, oh, hey, we're stuck or whatever. But if you look closely, there are Remnant 2, a la Remnant 2. I'm just kidding. Illusory kind of walls here or spaces. So this one's actually like kind of glitching. So we can go in here. Let's see. Matthias says, I'll leave the stream but since our neighbor's elderly, we help her out quite a bit. No, do what you gotta do, man. We get back. Thanks for streaming. Have a good day. Take care, my friend. See you soon. Now, this one was interesting because honestly, I found the path relatively quickly, but replicating that might be a little difficult because I remember initially I was going every which way possible. So, be thou not dissuaded, for the path is true. Okay. Thanks for the words of encouragement. All right, so here we have all this. So I'll let you have a look at it while I drink some water. So you're like, which way do I go? You may be asking, which way do I go? I think more than anything that it's two. Okay, you have the cube that's rotating in one axis, if you will, one space, and then you have an outer shell that's kind of like has maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably like 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 different corridors. And eventually I think it's going to dump you into the one you need to go to anyway. So it's like you'll be trying to push one way or not. And now if you fall through a certain area, you start right back at the beginning of this layer. But I think it pretty much, you go where you need to go in this one. So like the camera will completely donk you up. And so it's like, oh, hey. And then it's like, oh, no. And then you're pretty much going to fall down anyways. So it's like, I think regardless, you will always go to where you need to go based on the rotations. At least that's my understanding. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, and then you imagine this after some sake. Oh, God. No. Yep. And this is tank controls, pretty much. This is like playing Resident Evil back in the 90s. Yeah. Uh-huh. Going full tank controls here, baby. Let's go. You go this way. Just use the cells. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my frickin'. Okay. Can I see what the balls... And this is where they're like, oh, and then you have this little guy. Ah! I need to line up a good dash. But I can't see balls right now. Yeah. I'm going for it. Okay. Go, go, go. Whew. Alright, I'm dizzy. How about you guys? Alright, that made me sick. Now that we're here, this is the Remnant 2 section of the game. Does this not look like the Labyrinth? I thought that immediately, and I was like, oh, this is great. But it's green, so it's kind of like Wizard of Ozzy. It makes me think Mesmiron's like kind of like the Wizard of Oz. And then you just have a few different items here, like spell catalyzers or wave staplers, something like that. Just different spell crafting materials that are nice to come by. And there's nothing on either side, so if you actually go there, you can just see something off in the distance, but there isn't like any way to fall off or anything that I found anyways. So then you just go back here, and Bob's your uncle. Alright, so we can tag this now, and there should be an item. Yeah, there you go. This right here. Yes. Now we have a memory font. We definitely want to tag this. And that's going to be a means for us to get back to this area without having to traverse the entire puzzles of the Dritholith. So this area is pretty expansive as well. We did have an interruption to the stream, so I'm going to go a little bit longer than usual, but this is going to be a little bit... I was hoping to get through it, but that power surge ruined everything. So we have another Vitality Crystal, so that we're just 2 away from getting the max number. And then we have a number of different seals, like these little gates here. Gates of Oblivion, that they reminded me of. So this one's technically going to be like yellow, and there's going to be a bunch of different colors. Yellow, orange, purple, green, white, and blue. These guys are pretty susceptible to the geomancy, so we'll be spamming those. And the items that you can find in this area, there's few and far between, but they're all very good. So make sure that you obtain them every chance you get. And the archers here, they have like really crazy homing arrows, so you definitely want to make sure you parry them as you're walking along like a boss for dramatic effect. These guys are also pretty weak to the geomancies. That's not their true weakness, they just don't have any resistance against it, so it works pretty nicely. So here you can see that there is a crystal that's yellow corresponding with that gate, and then you have this item here. We're going to try to get everything we can as quickly as possible, depending on time. But here's one of the items. You get a spirit mirror. As you know, this is how you reallocate arcana, reinfuse, so it's respecking in other words. And then we're going to go this way. And when we interact with the yellow crystal, it'll deactivate the barrier, and then we can go through without any issue. So now the yellow gate is open. So we just kind of backtrack, and that kind of gives you, that's a tutorial essentially of how to navigate this area. There's going to be a few areas where there's pink portals or purple. I don't know if I'm colorblind, but I cannot tell the difference between certain colors. Like to me, pink and purple are pretty much the damn same. But anyways, they're portals that are on the floor, let's just say, and those are going to be portals that will take you to different areas, some of which are optional. And if you complete and deactivate all the gates and go to the very end of this area, you'll find a very special reward at the end waiting for you. Alright, so here we're going to get our bearings. This is the blue portal. We have no way to get over there. The orange gate is going to be kind of our main priority. We won't be unlocking the blue gate for a period of time. So, alright, let's see here. I usually go left first, so we came from here. We were facing this direction. I always go left, and it worked out fine. So that's what we're going to do now. Run this way. These guys. Those guys can shoot from so freaking far. Dreamweave die. So this is another die we've obtained. The Dreamweave die is more of like a greenish variant of this, I think the Spellweaver die that we currently have on. Of all the ones, I would have preferred the fiery one, but it's a little too like orangey or whatever for me, so I wanted it to be more red. I like red and black. That's my favorite color. So this one works out pretty nice. I do like this one. But in my off-stream profile, I have the silver die, which we obtained as well. And it just looks great. It's kind of like this quicksilvery looking sheen to it. Looks really nice. Okay. This guy. I did not want to do that. There you go. That's what I'm trying to do. Their casting is a bit tricky. Typically, you can tell by the symbol that they are using before they actually cast the spell. You can tell what kind of magic it's going to be. But for those guys, more often than not, it's either going to be a bolt or it's going to be a purple projectile. So I just try to assume it's going to be the not the bolt, but the projectile instead. And I'm just strafing along the way. So anyways, we're going to go back up this way. We did tag the orange gate, just so you know. But we still want to explore everything we can. So this is kind of leading us back up to this area. The little dude's on the other side of this. We can actually kill him this way if we want. It's your fault, bro. You didn't have to come up here. We could have just ended this amicably. It could have been amicable, man. Alright, so now we go this way, and we're going to go towards the orange gate. So again, it's not over. It could seem overwhelming, but that's the kind of. Remember, you're dealing with the psychologicon right now. So it's like you're supposed to be like, oh my gosh, this is how am I supposed to know where to get to and all that. But there's really only a number of finite paths you can take. If there's ever optional pathways, you just need to remember how to get back to what you would assume to be the intended path, and everything else is just gravy. You know, that's how you find all the secrets. So of course, the intended path, right, would be go towards the gate that you just opened. Well, we don't want to do that. Always do the opposite, because that's how you're going to find all the extras. So here we have one of those, I call them the Guardians. These guys are pretty susceptible to geomancies because of the buildup of stagger. So we're going to take his ass out like champs. And then we're going to go up here. And then nothing. Okay. But just so you know, this is a point that we're going to warp to. There'll be some portals that just warp you to areas that you're like, okay, where am I at? It kind of disorient you, or to get you back on track to areas that you can't get to because you've teleported to another like layer or another, you know, series of these little platforms. So now we can go back through. I'm going to go ahead and use a bookcase fragment. We have plenty. All right. And of course, we're going to have some more difficult enemies to deal with and a number of archers attacking us at the same time a little bit later on. So just good fun, good family fun. So we're gonna go to this portal. Always make a little a quick look-see for any goodies. All right, so this is kind of interesting because I figured out a way to kind of tell what was what. So you always face the same direction when you're teleporting in here. So the way I see this is to me is back. And you can usually see like a green wisp or whatever, but it's mostly just space right there, right? So that's behind us, that's back. This, towards these items, towards these other platforms, I consider that left. And then this, I consider like straight ahead, right? So again, all you need to do is, you always teleport and face the same direction no matter what. So if you don't know where you're at, like, oh, where am I? And you may be thinking that, well, these two look exactly the same. We'll look for the one that's facing towards the platforms, and that to me is left. This would then be back, and then this would then be forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back first, and then we're going to continue along and try and find the other pathway. So let's see where this takes us. Is it going to take us to more gates? Is it going to take us to optional areas? Let's see. So here we have like a white gate, and then we have more enemies. These guys are susceptible to dark, and which I don't have right now, I don't think. Yeah, it sucks. It's fine. Those guys are terrible. They can shoot you from a mile away too. But here we have this platform, obviously leading to a crystal. Those both lead to the same direction, so you can kind of pick your path, if you will. But we're going to go this way, and you could either choose this pathway and take on this guy, or go this way. We're going to circle through everything anyway, so it is what it is. Let's see. I wonder if they're weak to fire. I doubt it, but we're going to try. Oh gosh. Probably help if I lock on, right? These things home in on you like crazy. That's not terrible. We're going to dodge through and have them work at us a little bit. Yeah, that sucks. Let's do this again. At least they're not resistant to it at the very least. Okay, there you go. So we're good. Those guys are terrible. They can hit you from afar and they'll chase you across the entire map. So you don't want to mess with those guys if you don't have to. We're going to use a Geomancy to take on these little guys. If you can aggro more than one, it's nice, so then you can just use Fisher and finish them off. We're going to use our Geomancies on his ass and his friend. Remember, this is a pathway we can take, but we're not going to take it just yet, just to show you, kind of get a lay of the land. That is a portal that will take us to another area. But we haven't completed this area yet, so you don't want to get lost and fall down that trap of just going through every door you see immediately. Be thorough and make sure that you're exploring every nook and cranny you can, so you don't just skip all the stuff, you know? So here we go, back towards the white gate. Then we have this clown. I am going to use a bookcase fragment again. We have plenty, so nothing to worry about there. And here we go. We're going to use our pyromancies. These guys are pretty susceptible to it. Much more to dark, but the staff I have doesn't necessarily have an affinity towards dark magic, so it actually has a negative impact and 90% decrease or modifier on it, so kind of sucks. Sucks to use dark with this staff. You definitely wouldn't want to. Be ill-advised, as they say. Alright, so this here is then the blue crystal. And then we'll go back around. Remember, the blue gate was right beyond the orange gate. And they all just kind of link together like that. It's not too hard to remember the differences. And if you do get tripped up, just remember the orange gate is always the key to get through all the other gates, because that's going to kind of lead you to all the other areas. It's just kind of a helpful little thing to remember. But anyway, so now, guess what? We've done everything we can on this particular area. Now, we're going to go back to this pink portal, see where it takes us. So now we know this. If you go through the orange gate and you go behind you to the pink portal, that's how you deactivate the blue crystal. But there's also a pink portal here as well. Where does this lead to? Well, hell, I don't remember. Let's find out, because I don't remember. But it doesn't matter, because we're going to figure it out anyway. So this is all something we've explored before, so we'll be good to go. It takes you back to the memory font, so good. Takes you right back to the start. A lot of the areas will take you there, or they'll take you back to another point that's a little bit further in on the different platforms beyond the gates. So this is the yellow gate that you start off with. So take the yellow gate first. You have to. There's no other way to go. And then you take the orange gate to go to all the other areas. These are going to lead to a bunch of different optional areas. This is the blue gate. This is how you'd proceed forward. But remember, if you just proceed forward, you're only getting what's mandatory and what's on that path. You want to go and explore everything else. And that's how you get rewarded with all the good stuff. Alright, so here we go. We're going to run in here. We have the orange gate, and now once we tag the pink portal, we have two other pathways we've yet to explore. The first pathway will be to the left, and the other pathway will be to the directly ahead of us. So just remember, if you enter the portal, you will always be facing the same direction. So this direction and this direction are always going to be the same. So like no matter what, if you don't touch the left stick, this would be forward, that would be left, and that would technically be behind. Okay, so anyways, we're going to go left next. You can choose whatever path you want, but I like to do it in a more like kind of clockwise kind of manner. That's how I explore all dungeons. To great effect, I might add. There's the memory font. Okay, great. So that didn't do anything. Right now we know. It takes us back to the platforms. Very good. So now we can go back, and now we know we got to go straight ahead. So if you ever need to backtrack, now you know, oh, I need to get back to the yellow gate, so I can just go back to the orange gate, or I'm going to go to the blue gate. Easy as that. So behind us would be the blue gate that we just opened. We have not yet traversed or crossed its thresholds yet. We're going to go through the orange gate one more time, go to the pink portal, and then we're going to check out the third pathway. And just so you know, you can actually see these different platforms off in the distance. So we're going to actually be teleporting down there. So back is that way. The one that I keep calling to the left is always facing this platform here, and then up ahead, that's where we're going to go next. So you can kind of figure out where those different locations are if you're observant. I can't believe I missed a secret. The dev let us know earlier that I missed a secret, and I'm so pissed. I got to find it. Challenge accepted. Alright, here goes. So, again, this would be straight, right? We know that's left. We know this is straight. We always end up facing the same direction. So, straight is the next path. This will take us to, if you can look off in the distance over here and you see, oh, there's a green portal and some pink stuff over there. That's where we want to go. Okay, we got to watch out for, get a purple gate as well. So, these guys. Let's go towards the archers to take out the immediate threats. Oh, and get hit in the face. In the meantime, miss me. Okay, very good. Oh, lovely. Balls. Remember, those spells do home in on you, so they can circle around really, really good. So just because they missed you the first time does not mean they'll miss you on the rebound. So, all right. So from the new portal, the purple gate, we turned this direction so we could take out the immediate threats. We're going to be exploring the rest of this area. There is a really tough meteor head to hit. In my opinion, very difficult to hit because of the depth perception, and then any small movement they can just completely avoid your projectiles. So they are quite trolly indeed. Alright, we're going to run up here, take out this holy crystal thing that I hate. Hate these things. Everything in this particular dream shell has the worst freaking homing. Like, and I say that because they have the best homing. They can all home in on you. The projectiles are ridiculous. So it can be a bit of a nuisance. The archers are probably worse. Alright, so we have this enemy next, and then if you can tell, we do have a already awakened mimic. We gotta be careful. You can hit him from afar, and honestly, if you go towards this direction here, he'll kind of move more in this direction towards you, and it slows him down just a bit. This allows you to get in some extra bonus damage before he actually gets to your platform. And by then, you can just use one fissure and he'll be dead. But let's see, we might be able to finish him off beforehand. But since he's so aggressive, he'll come towards you. And there you go, that was even better than we anticipated. So now we're going to go this way. Alright. And that's where we started off. We've kind of come full circle here, exploring all the side pathways. We have a big old orb over there. There should be a meteor head, yeah, off in the distance, and we have a pink portal. So we'll save the pink portal at the back of our head. It's probably going to take us back, right? Potentially take us back to the where the memory font is. But we may never know. Alright, let's see. Can I hit this guy? Die, please. Okay, die! Okay, there you go. Scary. And yeah, I keep using bookcase, right? I have a bunch of them, 1 and then 2, because I don't want to, if I don't have any magic, then I'm in a bad spot. If I'm in a fight, and I won't be able to cast, and then I'm just dead. So let's not have that happen. Okay, good. That never happens, by the way. Usually if you rush them, they kind of get confused, but if you don't, you just miss. If you start shooting them from a mile away, you're just going to miss. Driven 9, that's great. One of the final upgrade materials, or levels of upgrade materials for the staff upgrades. Alright, so now we've done that. We've come full circle. The only thing we need to do next is go towards the other side of that purple portal, and then this pink portal up here to the left. Because if I recall correctly, we had to go straight towards the archers because they're shooting us. But I do believe there's an item, if I'm not mistaken. And if not, then that's a warp point that you would just appear at once you tag one of the pink portals. So we're going to go through here, do a little backtracking. Remember, you can just walk across these, but it's pretty narrow from the very entrance and exits of these, so just be careful. You don't just go straight off to the right, you'll fall. So don't go at an angle. The purple gate will be something we open a little bit later. And there's also a green gate that we're going to be opening up a little bit later as well. Let me just confirm here. Okay, so nothing here. Okay, no worries. So that is not a problem at all. Well, that'll be a place that you appear at. Because nothing is just for looks. You know, they all have a purpose. Each one of these locations here, they're either full of enemies, they have items in them, or they're warp points. And they could be, they're usually one-way warp points. So you're either going to use a pink portal to get somewhere, or it'll be a destination that you arrive at. So we're going to use that pink portal up there, and then we'll be able to go through the blue gate next. The blue gate is going to be the next step. I'm making some really good progress, by the way. I thought this would take a little bit longer. But one person made this again. That's just, it's just so hard to believe. It's just such a great game. So many layers, no pun intended. Okay, so we'll always kind of take a look and see where you're at. Okay, we're at the white gate now. And we've been in this particular area, near it anyways. This is where we had to face out. We had to choose archers or the holy crystal kind of thing. Let's see. Yeah, we've explored all these areas, so we can just go ahead and tag this pink portal. It'll take us back to the memory font, and then we can go through the blue portal. So currently right now we have a white portal that we can't go through yet, a purple portal, and then we're going to see a green portal next. So there's the memory font. We're going to go through the yellow really quickly. That's how we get to every other gate. And now, since we've explored the extent of all the orange gates and all of its different side passages, we're going to be going through the blue gate, which should be directly behind us when we teleport. So, we're going to teleport. And now we look behind us. Oh, there you go. Blue gate. And we got these idiots. I'm going to top off because I don't feel like... Oh, no. Yeah, it is an orb guy. I killed his friend. Usually it's two idiots. But just one this time. Just one. Just keep strafing. Always assume it's going to be the pink projectile or purple projectile, but be ready for a bolt or an AoE attack. So, alright, so now we have another guardian, as I like to call them. So we're going to shoot him from afar. We have some pretty good distance with the boulder, so right here should be fine. Hit him 3 times and he'll get staggered. And now he's dead. Look around for items. And we'll go tag this pink portal here. See where it takes us. So right now we went through the blue portal, remember? So kind of keep track of where you're going, where you're coming from, and where you're going. Now we have a green portal. And so from the green portal we have 2 passages. We have these bugs over here. We have a holy crystal off in the distance, and we have this pink portal. We don't want to go to the pink portal yet because we know it's going to take us away from here. So we don't want to do that. That would kind of mess things up. Look off in the distance and make sure there aren't any archers or ranged enemies. These guys are quite susceptible to geomancy. Oh, balls. Oh, gosh. Let me do this real quick. Get off of here. Those archers did see us. That sucks. There you go. If they get close to you, fire works like a charm. Very nice. Okay, he's taken out. We can take out the little guy. Watch for the little homing projectile. It will circle around like crazy, so sharp angles are the best way to kind of avoid that. Then we got the purple crystal. So remember, the purple crystal was in one of the passageways beyond the orange crystal. So it was straight ahead from the orange crystal. What? We'll use a bookcase fragment. We still have 6 vitality crystals, so we're in good shape there. And then we do have this portal that we can take. So we're going to do this. Purple gate is now open. Very nice. We have no other pathway to take, so we do need to actually go back towards the green gate, and we're going to be taking that pink portal right there. And I'll probably just take us back to the memory font, which is fine because we need to go back through the yellow gate, then the orange gate, to go to the purple gate that is now open. So now we have left to open is, I believe, the white gate and the green gate. We just opened up the purple gate. Let's go here next. All right. And let's see where this takes us. I'm going to use the bookcase fragment. I'm just going to let it kind of ride its course. 'Cause I don't know if I go into a loading area, if it's going to stop my progression of the mana regen. So top off. That's good enough for me. Okay, now that we're here, we were back at the 3 portals. So now you go straight. And this is going to take us to the purple gate. Alright, let's kind of get our bearings. That's the purple gate right here. We've already explored everything else. So everybody's dead. That's why it's so quiet. These orbs are terrifying. To fight more than one at a time. They're always in pairs, which is nice. Lovely. Lovely. I'll just die. Have you got this area all mapped out? In my head, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much I do. I would say this area I got down pretty good. I don't know if you've been listening, but I kind of been talking about how they all connect and stuff. But I'm pretty confident in this area for sure. Absolutely. Okay, purple gate. Now we go up and kill these little guys. This area was actually really fun for me to kind of learn, I guess is the best way to put it. Anytime there's a map like this, it's just a really fun like puzzle to put together. And that is a lot of fun for me to do. I'm gonna do this. Oh, he got me. You bastard. Okay, we got him. And we have the green crystal. That's being blocked or guarded by this holy fool that's already shooting at us from a mile away. Lovely. But yeah, I feel pretty confident in this area. I believe, after you threw that little doozy, I'm like, now maybe I didn't get all the secrets. But no, I got what I would call the biggest treasure in this area. Okay. There you go, one for the road. Let these things kind of dissipate. Alright, we just did the green crystal now. So remember, we were just through there. We had to go through the blue gate to get there. Alright. We were just in the purple gate, which is right here. So we went and we tagged the green crystal. Now we can go here. Let's see how this connects us. Always look around for items because sometimes they can be hard to see. This takes us right back. Okay, so that would take us back to the main area. Let's see, and then this takes us back to. Oh, this actually might be it. Yeah, this would be it. This would save us a trip because back would take us back to the. No, this is gonna take us back to the freaking memory font, right? Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, good. That's purple again. Okay, so we need to go back to that little gate. And then we'll go behind us. And it's easier for me to start off from the beginning. So we'll go from behind and we'll go through the yellow gate first and we'll do all that. Makes it a little easier for me to remember anyways. Because remember, if you go, let's see, this is the left path, this is straight. That takes you to the other area we were just at. So go this way, for example. And that takes you back to the purple gate. The one behind is going to take us to the memory font, and then the one to the left takes us, I think, to the orange gate, or near it. I'm getting mixed up now. I'm getting mixed up now that Free Mana asked me if I have a grasp of things. I'm like, yes, and then I get mixed up. But I know that we need to go to the green area, so we can go there from the beginning. The beginning area is kind of my point of reference for everything. You know which area was very difficult for me to... I don't quite have mapped out. Like, I know how to traverse the different areas, but the area that was so difficult for me to figure out... Like, this wasn't hard, but for me, I liked this one a lot. The River of Light. The River of Light was so difficult for me to map out. I was just like, what the hell? I was so confused. That was a very tough one because I didn't know which... Let's just call it which crystals to interact with to create which pathways. That was very challenging for me. That was so challenging for me. Okay, so now I remember now this takes us to the white gate, which we haven't opened yet. From the green gate, we'll be able to open the white gate. So let's just take one of these portals back, head back. We need to go to the memory font, and then from there we can go through our normal pathway. The memory font is right here, so now we're good to go. We need to go now through the green gate. We just used the green crystal. Funny thing is, yeah, we're gonna have to go through this gate here, tag this pink portal, and we go through the blue gate. That should take us to the green area if I'm not mistaken. River of Light is basically too hard. Almost everyone agrees. I'm gonna be honest, that is the one area that I don't truly even understand the puzzle. Like, I just tried so many different combinations, and I couldn't tell, like, okay, if one is called orange or blue, is that creating the pathway or removing the pathway? I was getting so confused with it, but I ended up getting everything there. Like, there's a really cool item there, and there's a few other things you can get, but I remember it took me forever. Like, it took me forever. That was the part that took me so long to get through, and I still don't understand it fully. I was like, what? Everyone agrees. Yeah, it was tough, man. Here's our green gate now. So we're going to rush past here so that we can kind of get to... We got to watch for any archers or any range enemies, though. And our fire spells don't go that far, so let's see. We might not be able to hit them from this distance yet. Scoot up. There you go. That's what we like to see. Little jolly cooperation. Oh gosh. But yeah, I enjoyed that area. I thought it was amazing, like the design and stuff. But I don't understand it. Like that's one I can't say like, yep, I've mastered that puzzle. Like, not at all. I still don't understand how the hell to do things. I just kind of in my notes I took like, okay, this one needs to be blue, this one needs to be red or whatever. So I know that. But from a mechanics perspective, I don't quite understand, like, because two pathways move at any given time. So I'm like, oh, one goes away, one appears, so that is what makes it very difficult for me. Because I'm keeping track of those two things. Then you have to figure out, oh, this path closed off. How do I get there from this alternate pathway then? And it gets pretty challenging. Not a bad thing. It's just hard. It's just a hard puzzle. Very hard, and one that other than just memorizing. Okay, I know this one needs to be this color, that color. I don't have like a true understanding of it yet. This is a pink portal. Freeman says, yeah, we need a community map for that area. Or that zone, really. No doubt. I suck at doing maps or anything. I'm better at like doing guides. I'm much better at like instructional guides and stuff. But I am not good at creating graphics or like things that are helpful in that regard. Like a actual map or anything. Like it's in my head, but I can't make it to where people could understand it, you know? You bastard. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and he ran right into it. Double damage, I think, on one of those. That was weird. I'll take it. Normally 3 just staggers him, but... Free Madness says, so each crystal is linked to a blue bridge, and an orange bridge, and there's 5 of each color. So let me tell you what I did. So for that particular area, I made sure every crystal was 1 color each time, and I made 2 revolutions around it, and that's how I was able to get just about everything. And then I was like, okay, now I know I need to get to this central area, which I didn't even know that was like the intention. I thought I had to get to across the river, but there was just a place I needed to get to in the center. And I was like, oh, that's where I need to get. And after I obtained a certain item that's tome related, I was like, okay, I just need to go this way. And then I changed the different colors accordingly, and I just experimented with different types of combinations, and then finally I was like, holy hell. But anyways, it was very challenging, but I enjoyed it. It took me forever though to figure out. And I'm pretty good at puzzles. So I was like, whoa. It was so hard for me to keep track because there's a lot of moving parts, and then you have to figure out where you're at spatially, which pathway you've blocked off, or can you get back to the area now that you've opened up a new pathway. It's very challenging. And you're dead. Very nice. All right, this is what we've all been waiting for. All of our hard work. This here is the Elemental Scepter. This is going to give us a lot of affinity for like all of the, well, there it is, the 5 classic elemental schools. So fire, lightning, ice, poison, and earth. So those 5 elements are going to be greatly enhanced by that. There is another staff that kind of does the opposite. So kind of neat. But anyways, we got all the secrets. That's how you, when you get through the green one, you finally are able to progress to that treasure. And then we can go back and complete the rest of this area so we can go towards the intended pathway. Yeah, the hardest environment to puzzle in the game for sure. Oh, no doubt. It took me a while, and I was actually like, okay, I'm not sure. And I think it was just trial and error, honestly. There was a point where I was like, I don't know how I'm impacting these different bridges and things. So I was like, I'm just going to try different combinations. And I just would return back to that same point and make sure that I did or didn't miss anything. And I'm like, okay, this looks different or whatever. Or this looks like I'm getting a little bit closer. And then eventually I got it. But I was like, damn. That was tough. It was quite challenging indeed. But yeah, that was a very hard puzzle. Alright, I'm just topping off my mana reach. I don't know if I enter a portal if I still get... Yeah, you still get it back. Very good. Okay, so again, excellent design there. You still get your mana regen even if you do teleport, so... That's fantastic. We got these guardians here we're going to take out, and then we have 2 of those orb bastards. 1, 2, and then 3. He usually rushes, and as he rushes, he's just going to get interrupted or staggered, so you can completely just trivialize that particular enemy. You don't want to be fighting these enemies on these bridges, so you want to fight them from afar. Okay, so here we're going to get a little tricky. Okay, we're going to get in close. Dodge back, get in close, finish him off. Or just get hit in the face. There you go. Lovely, that was my second strategy, to just take all those hits to the face. Bolts. Thing is my stamina management, so it's not the fact that I'm unable to cast is really kicking my ass. These guys aren't too bad, but... And this one's spamming tons of bolts. Typically, like as I said earlier, you want to anticipate that he's just going to do a purple bolt, but not this time. They were doing the actual lightning bolts. And like I said, in most instances, you can actually read and see which attack they're going to be doing. And you can tell because the symbol or the little sigil before they cast. But yeah, those guys are a little tricky. They mix it up a bit. So here we go. We're going to get here, and then we're going to turn this way. This will kind of slow him down a bit on this pathway. He'll go directly towards us, but he can't fall off, so he kind of just drags his feet. Gives us a few cheap hits. And again, geomancies are not his weakness by any means, but this still allows us to get in some good shots, get the staggers in. This will stagger him, and then hopefully we can use a more powerful spell. Let's see. He's still a little far away for Fisher, though, so we'll just pepper him with the geomancy boulder and finish him off. Matthias says, this is a very visually cool and interesting area. Yeah, this one's awesome. This is trippy. I came here and I was like, oh, this is great. Like, I was like, this is the reward for getting through all those puzzles. Very cool area. Alright, so we got this guy next. These guys are kind of scary, so... Together, they're quite scary, so... Alright, we're going to come in close. Dodge. Do this. Dodge. Get hit in the face. Do this. Lovely. A heal. Use some pyromancies on this fool. I hate these freaking things. Get wrecked! And one more. And Bob's your uncle. Okay, so that's good. Jeez Louise, man. What a bastard. But yeah, that's a combination that I don't like. The archers are very, very tough in this particular sequence because they have the homing arrows, and those are nasty. Okay, we're back at the memory font. Okay, now we need to go to the white platform, which off the top of my head, I don't even remember where that's at anymore. Freeman asked me, he said, do you have a grasp with this? I said, yes. And then now I don't. I'm going to blame it on... What can I blame it on? Remember, a streamer is never at fault. So what do I blame it on? I'm going to blame it on the fact that I haven't eaten yet. That's a good one. I haven't eaten yet, Freeman, so I forgot. Okay, we're going to go to... we're looking for the white gate. This is the blue gate, technically. This might actually take us to where we need to go, because the orange gate took us to purple and green, I think. But, you know... I could be wrong, but let's go this way real quick. I think that... I don't believe this is the way to the white gate, but we're going to check it out. In either case, you either go through the blue or orange, and we're going to find out which one, and I'll let you guys know, so that way if you're following along, I'll say go through X gate. And also you could just watch and just skip all the me goofing around. Let me use another bookcase. How many do I have? I've probably used about 10, so I'm like at, what, 30? 22? My gosh. What am I doing? And that's a green gate. Okay, very nice. Let's go here and see if this takes us to the white gate. Nope, this takes us back to the beginning. Okay, so, well, this might be it. Purple and then white, maybe? This one will take us to the purple gate, so maybe through the purple gate we can get through here. Purple. And remember, the white gate we had seen multiple times, but we weren't able to get through it. That's the last gate you have to open. So close to finishing up this area. And we're back to the beginning. Okay, no worries. So that would take us back. I think that takes us to the memory font. Let's go this way. This is technically back. So this would be through the orange gate. You tab that portal, and then you're good to go. Matthias says, the cosmos here? That is the white gate. Perfect. The cosmos here have always intrigued me. What mystery and wonder they hold. The void, the vast void of space, and evidently, according to Ridley Scott, was, and no one can hear you scream. Exactly. In space, no one hears you scream. Well, it's true because you're in a vacuum, you know, so there's no... That's technically why they call it space, because there's nothing in between, because there's not just a bunch of matter in there. There's no air or anything like that, so... Alright, so now we can grab this item. We can grab the one of few Dritholith 10. I mean, there's only like 7 or 8. There's only a few that I've obtained. Like, to my knowledge, you can probably only max out 1 or 2 weapons. I don't remember how many I had, but I know I had enough to max out the one. Well, we tagged this memory font, so that's excellent. Now we can use our page of the Lost Tome, so we can return. We'll do some leveling. No Halcyons. I'll be damned. Alright, so technically, this next boss, I mean, he's a bastard. I mean, I guess that's not technical. That is what it is. But the tough thing about it is that you can essentially no damage this boss by just standing still as long as you're quick on with your fingers. I often make a lot of mistakes along the way, so we're going to do some damage reduction, which I normally don't do. But I just got killed so many times. I want to make sure I do it and serve this boss some justice. It's such a great fight. One of the best fights in the whole freaking game. In each playthrough, there are only 6 Dritholith 10. Oh, okay, I thought I had 7, so I have... Oh, I have 1 left then, I guess, on my other file. Let's see. Freeman, I have a question for you, too. This is the way we need to go. I have a question. I'm going to show you something real quick. No. How do I go to my clips? No. I want to go to the ones I made. I don't want the ones for trophies, damn it. I want the balls. Okay, this tells you how much I use this. Oh, it's not on here. Okay, this is technically... I'll show you later. Okay, never mind. Alright, so here we go. It was about the ultra rare game, by the way, that I've been pestering you about incessantly. Alright, so this... this guy. So initially, I was trying to attack him with different spells, trying to move across the way, but I just couldn't quite make any dent in his health. So I was like, I don't know what to do. Is there a mechanic to it? Do I need to parry him to death? And then I parry him so hard that it breaks some shields or whatever. But actually, you just need to pull this aside, and then you're in great shape. You can dodge these, because there's no way you can parry them all, even though I can't do that. And once you're there, you just kind of have to cycle through and get as many guards as you can. You use your compass and you can pull in and break the masks if you want, or you can just use a fireball spell. You have to manage a lot of things at once though. Me talking about it makes it really hard, so you can parry those as well. But alright, here you go. We're gonna do this. Oh, it's not far enough. Lovely. So we have to do this instead. There you go, my bad. Terrible explanation so far, but bring this in so you can protect yourself. Switch to the shield, and then this is the 2-shot that he's going to have multiple shots, and then he's going to start using the little beam that's going to be at your feet. And he starts kind of cycling through all those at once. It goes up to 8 times. And the beam, unfortunately, is probably the hardest part to actually dodge, so... Yeah, I died. It's hard to talk through it. So long story short, he cycles through those kind of 4 attacks. You've got the 2 beams. You've got the whole array of beams. You have the homing blast, and then you have the shield circling around you. When the shield circle around you, that's the only time you can deal damage, really. So you need to use the book, the Psychologicon, and use your compass to either pull it through the shields or use a spell to push it out, and then you can then use it to defend yourself against the different shots. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to shut up and I'm going to try and do it no damage like a freaking boss. Doodle Does says, a unicorn in a cube I have found. I'm guessing these are a rare game and more still to find. The new Dark Glass says, the new Alien movie Ramish was like smooth peanut butter, but not good. I like the crunchy peanut. I like both, actually. Yeah, the unicorn and the big cubes are a rare game. Oh, interesting. I thought it was a rare game sighting, but it wasn't. I saw dragons. I saw a dragon, like Skyrim style. A unicorn in a cube. I found. I'm guessing these are the rare game and more so to find. Interesting. I thought you were giving me like a, what'd you call it, like a riddle or something. Doodle Does, or that's funny. Very good. Very good. You found them. And it says in the hunt that there's only a few ways to like, you know, certain world events have to take place. I forget the wording, but something has to take place. So what I did is I obtained all the grimoires and just had them in place, and I have like a kind of like this pinkish sky. Everything's pink now, and I was like, well, maybe this is where, you know, the rare game will appear, but who knows. Yeah, I'm in the red world now, so I'm just making everything red. And so that's what I was hoping would be the trick, but... Okay, anyways, let's do this. Time to focus. I'm going to try and make this look good, so... First thing, you want to... Pretty much just want to feel like a boss. Get your confidence up. Get these easy parries in. And then you switch to your compass, and as soon as the Psychologicon comes in, you can pull it towards you, and you can just dodge all... You don't even have to move up. The blast is pretty generous here. And then once the skulls come in, oh gosh, you can switch your shield, actually. I forgot he does it so early. Up to 8 times he does that, the bastard. You can either pull in the compass at the right time or not, it doesn't matter. Then you have the 2 shots again. I'm going to top off my health because it's the kind of guy I am. We're going to watch for the beams that'll appear at the floors. These aren't going to hurt us at all, as long as the Psychologicon is protecting us. Son of a mother. There you go. That's better. That's better. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just push it. Obviously, I need to manage more things at once, but as I'm talking, it's impossible to do. I'm talking too much. It's hard to focus. Oh, this is the tough one, yeah. So there's a point where it does that, but you do need to still have it close to you, and I just kind of spam my shield at that point, because to my knowledge, you can't really block the those lasers. You can't parry the lasers, I don't think. You might be able to, but when I'm that close to it, oof, it's really tough to do. But anyways, that was a better attempt. We're going to finish him off here soon, though. Yeah, so I'm in the red world right now, and I saw the dragons. And you know what the funny thing is? I was looking east by northeast, as you said, at Lake Mevril, and I found the dragons, and I was like, is this the rare game? But I couldn't hit them with any spell I had equipped, and I was getting ready to create my thumbnail and prepare for this stream, so I was like, damn it. wasn't able to pull it off, but it is what it is. Matthias says, oh really, the new Alien Realms movie wasn't good? We'll have to get it as I planned and decide for ourselves. Oh yeah, you gotta decide for yourself if that's. It's on HBO, I think, or Max, as the kids say. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it this weekend. Switch to the shield. Get ready for the beams. These things spam the ass out of you, so you gotta be careful here. Bad timing on my part. We'll do this. Bring this back over. Top off our health. Switch to the shield. Prepare for the beams. I've been missing the first blast every time, but there's a cadence you gotta get. Top off my health because I got jacked the F up. And then hooplam! Bring it back. Switch to the shield. Balls. Balls. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to... Whenever I beat him the last time, I was able to... I had plenty of stamina, so I was able to kind of just guard. And those other blasts weren't the issue, but those beams certainly were. But anyways, that part, I don't know if it's RNG or not, but I could get through on the off-stream one. I had a really good attempt where I only got hit by the beam one time. That was a really nice one. But yeah, I can't... Can't quite consistently get that whenever the book starts shooting out the beams. But I need it to protect me from those other beams, though. Those other little volleys, I guess. I guess they're technically rare game, but you can't get... Yeah. Because that's the only time I saw the dragons, and I thought that was cool. And they always fly in pairs. I found them in several locations. And now everywhere I have red skeletons, I have those kind of radiant knights with the sun helmets on. I got all the tough guys everywhere. I shouldn't have done that, it's fine. That works too. But again, best fight in the game. Hands down, my opinion. Son of a mother. We had it there, guys, but I panicked. All I needed to do was actually bring that thing towards me, and then we would have been able to dodge that last volley and finish him off. Mother of pearl. Mother of pearl. That was close. That was such an excellent attempt, but I did panic after I got caught with that laser that kind of spammed me at the end, and then I got hit with a beam, and I was like, yeah, I'm in trouble. So, and that was going so yeah. So I was able to get a really clean fight. Again, I only got hit with the laser once in my off-stream one, but I record all the off-stream stuff, fortunately, so that was good. It was a really clean fight, and I didn't even move. Like, I didn't even inch forward or anything. It was like super, what you call it? It was classy. Just say it was classy. I like to do those stylish, like, no damage boss fights when I can. I don't know why, but in the later phases, the Psychologicon does start bouncing around whenever you block it. Even if you don't have Zulon's Beak, I guess. I thought it was a Zulon's Beak thing, but it just starts being a jerk. See, that interrupts me, and I don't know how to consistently parry those or deal with that threat. That was pretty messy. I don't like how sloppy that was. I was changing between, but that's fine. This is where I get jacked the freak up. Yeah, I don't know what to do there. Consistently, anyways. Like, sometimes you just get better RNG with those lasers hitting you. I don't know. I haven't been able to parry the lasers, I don't think, either. Because normally I have such low stamina, too. So one thing we could do is look at this. We could increase our... Well, that wouldn't hurt. Yeah, that wouldn't hurt. I was thinking to increase our... the momentum, so we can get a little bit more stamina regen for my parries, but let me see here. That's fine, we'll go with that, and then this doesn't really matter either. We can do something different here as well. Well, maybe we do have that equipped, so we'll do the momentum charm and the magic reduction. Why not? This is also dealing damage reduction, so why not? That way we can take a little bit more. Man, that was going so clean. It was, free man, it was. But such is a no damage attempt. So many failed attempts before you get a good one. Alright. Start off with the shield so you can parry these two. But yeah, I was for minutes just parrying everything possible, parrying when the shields were circling around. And I was like, okay, parrying isn't building up a meter. I saw no stagger meter, so I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do? And then I looked up, and I saw the psychologicon. And I was like, because every boss fight has the the grimoire in the boss fight. So much better. Okay. Get wrecked. Yeah, my stamina regen is infinitely better now. When I'm parrying, it's not as nearly as challenge. It doesn't consume nearly as much. I can't speak when I'm doing this stuff, man. Lovely. Lovely. But we have a lot of damage reduction charms for magic anyway, so. Shoot me, I dare you. Just do it. I don't care. Shoot me! Mother of Mesmiron, dude. I knew it. I knew it. I knew that was going to happen because I didn't strafe. I should have strafed to the left to parry the one and then dodge the beam, but I was like, yeah, I'll try and just parry both. I don't think you can parry the lasers. That was a good one. It was a little sloppy with the switching between the compass and stuff, but it's fine. I'm not going for no damage, I'm just going for a victory. Today, we have some fun things. We're going to be building a pillow fort with my daughter. It's going to be awesome. So I'm really looking forward to that. As soon as I beat this, it's time for the pillow fort. Favorite boss in the freaking game, Freeman. Thank you for this one. Trying to make it look good, but... Watch for the beams. Knew it. I knew it, because they start spamming the beams immediately after, so there's a small window. The problem is I am getting burned, and I could potentially use the other charm that converts stuff. I didn't realize I was getting burnt, so maybe we could try that. As you guys know, I don't care much for defense. I didn't use any of these defensive charms in my other play. I just kept the bladed charm, the hammer charm, and Zulon's beak the entire game. And again, the charms are great for passive bonuses, but you don't need them, but they can help. And in this instance, I advise you to use them, because you're going to take some damage. And essentially, we could also use the charm that reduces the burn effect too, nullifies the burn effect. But maybe just by getting more health, that would help. I don't know. We're just experimenting. I get to have fun with the stream, you know, whenever I'm streaming with you guys. Otherwise, I'm very partial to sticking to what I know in my off-stream files when I'm not streaming. I'm a very simple man. Get ready for the beams. If we can survive this next volley, after the lasers, it would be good. We didn't even need that, but... Where the hell did the Psychologicon go? What the balls? Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Magaloon, you fool. Achievement says nap time's over. GG's. Well, that was messed up. We did really good, and then unfortunately I lost track of the Psychologicon. So that was embarrassing. Best fight in the game. I freaking love that fight every day. Love that fight. Alright, so now, that was excellent. We're going to read the entry for the Psychologicon, place the Psychologicon down, and end it there for today. The Psychologicon entry says, the grimoire once held by Mesmiron, Lord of Dreams. The words within this volume unravel the secrets of the mind. The magic derived from these words may be used to inhabit the psychic comprehension of multiple realms, and come to a singular understanding of their shared reality. Mesmiron's greed was his own undoing. To consume a barrier between realms was to fall into a space between the real and the unreal, a place from which he could never emerge. Very, very cool. And it's actually kind of creepy too, because if you think about it, right? He was trapped within like a crack between reality, but actually he was trapped within his own dream. So it's like, that's kind of neat little thing, like if you're dreaming, that's like a space between real and unreal, right? Pretty cool. I like it. Let's see what the old dude has to say.
The pages of the grimoires were not meant for those of the outer realms. And none were further from this world than Mesmiron, Lord.
So he was even further than the Reviled Spectre. The Reviled Spectre was from the realm of blood, or the blood realm. Interesting. So Mesmiron was the furthest from, he's in the outer realms.
Frozen shores of Cairn, he consumed them, and when thirst consumed him, he drank the river of dreams.
Well done, Inhuman, says Freeman, and now I apologize, I have to go. No worries, Freeman, thank you so much for stopping by, as always. You're an amazing human for making such a great game and stopping by and supporting such a small streamer like myself. I'm actually going to end the stream here too as well. After the end of these, the sermonizing, and we're gonna go build a pillow fort. We're gonna have some fun this weekend with my daughter. So,
The duty of a curator is eternal.
but thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I may stream tomorrow, just so you know, on Saturday. But if not, I'll be picking back up on Monday or next week. But it just depends on how things go. Pretty tired. It's been a really busy week. But I'll let you guys know either way if we're doing a stream tomorrow or not. So yeah, Mesmiron's a jerk, super greedy. Freeman is awesome, excellent. I hope that you guys enjoyed this stream, and I apologize for the power surge. I actually interrupted the stream and broke it into two separate parts. So if you go to my channel, you will see that playlist for Codex Lost that has the complete playthrough where we're doing our 100% or as close to 100% as possible walkthrough of this game, and it's going to showcase all the different things we've accomplished so far, collecting 3 of the 5 grimoires and finding all the secrets along the way as we can anyway. So anyways, other than that, this last part, which is part 5, is broken up into part 5A and part 5B. So it's going to have the same thumbnail minus the B on the secondary one, so you can see it wasn't intended to be 2 separate episodes. So just know that this particular part 5 is one session, and it shows you how to get through the wastelands, complete all the puzzles in the Dritholith, and then face off with Mesmiron and obtain the 3rd grimoire. So hopefully that does help. But anyways, Free Mana says, but thanks for playing as always, and thanks chat. Absolutely, thank you so much, Free Mana. Have a great weekend. Matthias Rain says, you're welcome, Free Mana, and thanks Inhuman for streaming and sharing your playthrough and experience with Absolutely. That's what I'm here for. I will let you guys know if I'm going to be doing a stream tomorrow. I'm pretty tired. Like, honestly, it's been like a weird week. Lots of tryptophan, lots of sake. I don't know. I'm pretty tired. I may do a stream tomorrow, but depending on what plans we have, I might not. I'll put it up on Twitter and of course post it on YouTube so you guys know if it's there or not. But if not, we'll do it Monday and finish up. Know that there's some really strange news for Bloodborne. Apparently there's a server update. I honestly don't think it's much of anything, because why would they do a server update on a 10-year-old game? That in and of itself isn't going to indicate a remaster or a remake, because it would have to be different servers that the game's on anyways. You couldn't play the remaster and the original at the same, if that was the case, on the same server, because it would be weird, right? So I don't think it's anything other than routine maintenance that happens to coincide with a big date. But if something big happens for Bloodborne, we will definitely feature that in some capacity that day. That'll be Tuesday. My goal is to finish this game first, because I have a lot of things planned for it, and this weekend I'm working on one of the first lore videos, so I might end up just doing that and not streaming, so I can get a lore video out, because it's been way too long. So anyways, you guys are awesome. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for being the best part of my channel, and until next